Hello students, welcome to Medical360 and Career360. Good news for all MBBS aspirants. The number of seats that have increased this time around for the medical counseling for MBBS is about close to 10,000 seats. Possibly that's where the good news stops because most of them seem to be private college seats. Let me explain to you what exactly is happening in terms of the seat matrix that was released by the government and which talks of the number of seats that are available for all the NEET aspirants as far as MBBS is concerned. Let me take you through some data. So what we're talking of is a seat matrix that was released by the National Medical Council, which we'll talk about it. Now, a lot of students also want to talk to a counselor and all because MBBS counseling is slightly different. One you have government medical college seats, then you have state, counseling, and then you also have deemed universities and all India quota seats. So it's slightly complicated. So if you want any counseling, any help, we have opened a helpline number which is 8130376334. Type NEET and one of our NEET counselors will call you to understand your grievance, and maybe if you want, you can take one-to-one counseling also, right? And we have also opened up the NEET college predictor. You just have to input your score and it will exactly tell you what college you likely to get based on last year's information, and that might be helpful to you. So please look out for that also. So this part of the advisory series that we're creating, we partnered with SRM IST, which also has a medical college in Tamil Nadu, which has about 250 seat allocation, if I'm not wrong, plus a lot of allied sciences programs also. We partnered with them to ensure that we create information to help students take a very informed decision. And there is something which is a product that we developed, which is called a NEET Companion. We call it NEET Companion 2026, where you actually have college predictor, you have seat allotment data. After every round, we conduct webinars on a regular basis, and we also conduct a lot of one-to-one counseling and one-to-many counseling, and keep updating you with all information, smart predictions, data analysis, all those things we do. So if you want, you can also subscribe to this NEET Companion. You just type NEET Companion 2026 of Career360 and you'll get there, and you can actually subscribe to that also. Now about the seat matrix and everything that's happened. First, let's talk of NEET, what happened in NEET this time around. In NEET this time around, about 22.75 lakh students registered, which is equivalent to what happened last year, right? But good news or the bad news is, because there was a RE-NEET, the number of students who took the examination is around 20 lakhs is what the press release of NMC says or NTA says, which means the number of students who appeared for this examination seems to have dropped dramatically by about 10%, right? I don't know, when they say around 20 lakh, we don't know the exact numbers, but what they announced is about around 20 lakh students appeared for the examination. They haven't given the exact number, but we'll get to know about it once the result comes in. So we're talking about 20 lakh students appearing for the examination against 22 lakh last year. Now, based on this, now you also look at the seat matrix that's been announced by the NMC. There, the number of colleges are now 441 in government, and in private, there are 382. So in all, we are dealing with about 823 colleges, medical colleges, which have MBBS seats. The number of seats in 2025 for this 441 was 61,185, and this year it's 63,296. So the number of seats increase in government is 2,111. Now on the other side, the private college, there were 65,843 seats. Now it's 73,643. The number of seats increases 7,800. So very clearly, about 78% of the seats that have been increased is in the private medical colleges, which you all know would be slightly outside the purview or outside the reach of a common man, because the fee is so high that you're dealing with 50 lakh, 1 crore, 1.5 crore kind of fee. These seats are meant for the rich, and you're not going to be laying claim on that. And that's the sad part of it. When I said seat matrix, 9,911 seats have increased, but most of the seats have gone to private medical colleges. Only 2,200 or 3.45% is the increase here, whereas the private medical college seats have increased by 11.45%. Now, if you look at this whole thing, earlier almost equal number of, about 2 years back, it was almost equal. In fact, public institutions had higher medical seats. But now, slowly but steadily, the number of private medical seats are increasing dramatically. Well, the supply is increased, that's one good news, but the supply is not increased where every Indian can afford is the other bad news, right? But the total number of seats is 1,36,939 against 1,27,028. A total increase of 9,911 seats, or 7.8% increase year on year. So that's good news for you, or the way you look at it, it might be bad news because private has increased, public has. Now, there are 25 new colleges that are established, of which government is only 7 and private is 18 of them. So in all, 25 colleges were established, of which 18 of them are private colleges and 7 of them are government colleges. The number of seats that these 25 colleges added is 2,400, of which 400 are in government and 2,000 are in private. Here also there seems to be a very clear distinction, if you noticed, right? Here 725 is a different percentage, but the moment it comes down to here, 80% of them are private, and that is a problem, right? Here it's slightly different, but the number of private colleges which have got more number of seats is also higher in terms of proportion. But that's a new college. Now I talked of 9,911 seats, which means the other 7,911 seats have increased in existing colleges which have increased their capacity. That's what happened. So 2,000 is contributed by new colleges that are established, but about 7,911 or close to 8,000 seats were increased by existing colleges which got increased intake permission. Now, what are the states? And because you also are dealing with state counseling, so you would also want to understand which states benefited the most and all. So the number of seats, if you look at the new established colleges, 2 of them are in Andhra, 2 in Bihar, 6 in Chhattisgarh, and that's where you actually have 350 seats increase in 2026, which is the highest amongst the thing, right? 1 is Haryana, 1 in Jharkhand, 2 in Karnataka, 2 in Maharashtra, 3 in Rajasthan, which again will mean 350 seats increase, right? Sikkim is 1, Tamil Nadu is 1, Telangana is 1, Uttar Pradesh is 2, and West Bengal is 1. So that is the increase that you saw in terms of the number of medical colleges that were allowed to be established over the last year. And that led to 2,400 increase. Now, what are the newly established colleges? Andhra Pradesh, it is Government Medical College Pidugudala, 50 seats. RBS Institute of Medical Sciences with 50 seats, in all 100 seats. Bihar is Buddha Hospital and Research Institute, 100 seats. And Srinivas G Educational and Research Institute, Medical Sciences, another 100 seats. Chhattisgarh is Government Medical College Dantewada, Government Medical College Jangir, Government Medical College Jashpur, Government Medical College Kabir Dham, Government Medical College Manendragarh, and Ma Padmavat Institute of Medical Sciences. So much of them is public and about 100 are private. So actually, if you notice, in Bihar, there is not a single public institution that's established. In Chhattisgarh, most of them are public. That also shows the way of what the government is working on or how the state government is working on to get to the bottom of affordability of medical education. Moving further, Haryana, everything is private, all the 100 seats. Sanskaran School of Medical Sciences. Jharkhand, Sido Kanhu Medical College, it's all again private. Karnataka, Alvas Institute of Medical Sciences, 150 is private. Chettinad Institute of Medical Education is private. Maharashtra, again, both are private, 150 and 100. Rajasthan, everything is private. And again, when you come to Sikkim, it's government, Sikkim Government Medical College. So again, very clearly, you know how the governments are functioning in terms of investing in medical education for the students. Tamil Nadu, again, it's private. Telangana is private. Uttar Pradesh, you actually have Phulan Singh Medical College, FS University, 100. And Sardar Patel Institute of Medical Education and Health Sciences, 50 seats. And West Bengal, SKS Medical College, again 150 seats, all in private. So you actually have Chhattisgarh taking 250 of the 400 seats and about 100 in Sikkim and something else. But everything else, otherwise in every other state, seems to be private. Now, moving further, what is the state-wise seat allocation or increase of the 9,911 seats that we talked of, including the increased capacity of the existing institutions? How is it increased? Because that will also tell you what is the kind of greater opportunity that you as a state student would have in medical MBBS seats, because there is also state counseling, remember that, right? So in Karnataka, what was 14,095 has become 15,395, it increased by 1,300 seats. So Karnataka is the biggest beneficiary in terms of the number of seats increase that happened across newly established institutions and increase in the existing institutions. Uttar Pradesh is 800, Tamil Nadu is 950, Maharashtra is 400, right? If you look at it, this is the number of seats. Like Karnataka, you have 15,395 seats. Uttar Pradesh has 14,000 seats. Tamil Nadu has close to 14,000 seats with 950 seat increase. Maharashtra has 13,100 seats increase with 400 new increase. Telangana 10,250 after an increase of 810 seats. Rajasthan 8,080 seats after an increase of 900 seats. Gujarat 7,750 seats after an increase of 200 seats. Andhra Pradesh 7,465 seats after an increase of 375 seats. West Bengal 7,200 seats after an increase of 825 seats. 6,020 for Madhya Pradesh after increase of 420. Kerala is 5,704 after 250 increase. Bihar 4,160 after increase of 740 seats. Haryana 2,960 after increase of 250 seats. Odisha 2,950 seats after increase of 50 seats. Chhattisgarh 2,575 after increase of 195 seats. Assam 1,875 with no increase at all. And Punjab 1,850 after 50 increase. And Puducherry 1,780 after 150 increase. Moving further, Jammu and Kashmir 1,675 seats after 100 increase. Jharkhand 1,500 after 370 increase. Uttarakhand 1,470 after 150 increase. Delhi not a single seat increase, 1,415. Himachal 871 after 1 seat increase for whatever means. 550 seats for Manipur after 25 increase. Tripura 500. Chhattisgarh 350. Goa 250. Meghalaya 250. Chandigarh 200. Sikkim 200. Dadar and Nagar Haveli 177. Andaman and Nicobar 114 seats with no increase at all. Arunachal 100 with no increase at all. Mizoram 100 with no increase at all, and Nagaland 100 with no increase at all. In all, we actually had 1,27,028 seats as last year, which increased to 1,36,939 with an increase of 9,911 seats. That is what is the report card as far as the number of seats that have increased from the existing institutions and from new institutions that have been established. Now, what it will do is, because the number of students who are taking the examination is lesser and the number of seats have increased by about 8%, you will have lesser competition to a certain extent by about 10%, increase seats by 8%. So you will actually have a 15% margin in terms of government medical college seats also. So of course, the government medical college seats have increased by very less number, but at least the competition is down by about 8-10%. That will help you. If you want any help, of course, you can always reach out to us. A number I've already given to you in terms of the number where you can send us a message and one of our counselors will call you. Do subscribe to Medical360 because we're creating a lot of information to help students decide better. So this part of the advisory series that we're creating, we partnered with SRM IST, which also has a medical college in Tamil Nadu, which has about 250 seat allocation, if I'm not wrong, plus a lot of allied sciences programs also. We partnered with them to ensure that we create information to help students take a very informed decision. So do look out for them and do subscribe to Medical360 because we're creating a lot of content to help you take the right decision. So do subscribe to Medical360. Over the next 2 months, this might be the most important channel that you will be subscribing to because we will be kept informed of everything that's happening as far as medical education is concerned. Thank you so much. Namaste.